Fellowship is an exciting time, and clinically, you're going to get exposure to critically ill children in many different places. One or two things that separate our center from others: we have a very large 26-bed step-down unit, which is one of the largest step-down units in the country not run by critical care doctors. And this allows you as a PICU fellow to concentrate on the 24 sickest patients in the state. So it allows our residents to take care of a lot sicker patients. But that's a great way to learn and triage, and really a unique opportunity here that I think makes you a better PICU doctor.
Our team in itself is unique. We get along fairly well with each other. And then our patient population that we see, the fact that we see some of the sickest kids in our state, given that we have a step-down unit which takes care of sicker kids too, we really see our sickest patients.
Some of the big perks of our program really are that, number one, it's a big referral center and is really the only one of its kind in the state. So the wealth of clinical material that people are going to be exposed to is really quite tremendous. They get to really see everything. It's the only trauma center for children in the entire state. So you really become very well trained clinically. You also have a lot of protected time for scholarly activity, and with UAB being one of the top 10 to 15 institutions funded by the NIH, you will be able to find mentors to do almost any kind of research.
As a fellow, you can do research in anything. We encourage basic science research if you've never done it before, but if you have a passion for quality improvement, for simulation, education, we have a lot of courses to help train you to be a better leader, to be a better educator. We actively use PICU Fellows to do research projects in the Simulation Center, and there are hundreds of basic science laboratories that we have access to if you have a basic science interest.
I did my residency here, so I knew what to expect coming into the program, but it's been really wonderful. The attendings are very invested in our education, and that goes from everything from didactics to every day on rounds, giving us more and more autonomy to take.
We've sort of made it a priority to have some graduated autonomy for our fellows. So as they progress in their training, it's like sort of almost taking the training wheels off, but not quite. So we're always available to guide them or, redirect them, but we start giving them more and more autonomy.
Really what stood out about children specifically through all the interviews that I did was really the autonomy that we got as fellows, really from day one.
Being able to make those medical decisions on your own, being able to be in the hospital as you being the main provider for patients, especially in our ICU, is a key aspect of our program that I think is very important. It makes you more prepared coming out of fellowship.
They want us to really learn how to practice on our own, and some of that includes being pushed out with your life vest on, and that life vest is the attendings, to wade into the water, to know that they're behind you, but not hovering over you. To be able to go in there, talk to the nurses, evaluate the patient, come up with a plan, and then come back and run that plan by the attendings and say, hey, here's what I want to do. What do you think about that?
Our attendings are present, they're here to help, and they want to teach, but they're not overbearing. And so even as a first year, I was running rounds on our less critically ill patients, and it was really my plan that I was able to put forth.
This also sets us apart from many other programs where there's not as much autonomy. So fellows may find that at the end of their fellowship, when they become faculty, it's the first time that they're actually sort of on their own.
But our attendings have been excellent about helping transition us, help making sure we have our support, and just making sure that we are learning and excelling and stuff. So this has been a really great experience.
One of the best things that we've done and Children's has done is develop the Pediatric Simulation Center. And because it was a center that was going to be used to train nurses and doctors, we went to Children's Hospital and asked if they would fund a quarter of it, Department of Peds fund a quarter, and Protective Life fund the other half. And it was a really nice example of how the two institutions, when they're funding together, can work together to take great care of children. We've now had over 75,000 learners in the center. We use it often to train PICU Fellows. We do boot camp where you get to practice procedures in there. We do regular training on codes. We do regular mock code training.
It's sort of nice because they're in this environment of the Children's Hospital, but they have all the resources that are available at UAB are still sort of available to the fellows, whether it's for training or research grants, mentorship. They have that available from UAB as well, so I think it's like having the best of both worlds. Most of our fellows have gone on to do academic practice. Some have stayed at UAB, many have left to go back to out-of-state academic institutions. And most of the time what I hear is, I was so scared when I was going to start, but then once I started, everything came back to me. I realized how well prepared I was to handle almost anything. I've heard outside professors at other institutions always say how much they've enjoyed our fellows going and joining their institutions as faculty.
I love Birmingham. There's a lot to do outside. I love hiking and doing just really anything outside, hiking, kayaking and things, and so there's a ton to do here.
Birmingham's a very cool city. It's very, very forward thinking, really good restaurant scene, like world-renowned restaurant scene, good breweries to go to, fun city to be in and to be able to get out and live in. I don't think it's as hidden anymore. The word's starting to get out, but the program is really amazing. It really, really is. And our faculty are wonderful. They're here for us. They're here to teach us and be supportive. It's a great place to come and work and have this amazing facility, these amazing attendings that teach us. I'm really excited for anybody who wants to come and interview here, because I think that just like I was, I will be very, very pleasantly surprised with what they find. So we encourage you guys to come and visit and see what we're about.